Hey Ashley and team, this is John Baxter. Thanks again so much for considering my application. I'm looking forward to meeting you and the team, and here's my video interview. So I'm a pretty tenacious self-starter. I believe stepping up and taking initiative is just a huge part of taking ownership and seeing a project through successfully. So for example, in some of my freelance work, when I have faced gaps in communication, messages have gone unanswered from the client's side, I really just follow through on my commitments in those types of situations, find the right people that I need to introduce myself to, walk up to them, introduce myself to them, and really just get things rolling to get the shoot started, to make sure that we capture the interviews and the B-roll and all the things that we need to get to make the video happen. As far as working with excellence goes, I push myself every time in every project to get every video that I work on to a level of quality that I can really feel personally proud of. I take a lot of pride in the work that I do. In a recent video that I made for a nonprofit, I struggled a little bit with it because I was doing it totally for free, and it turned out to be a bit of a large project. A lot of story was in this particular video that needed to be told in order to really bring out the best of this nonprofit's message and their brand and the story they were trying to tell. So there was just a lot of footage to go through, a lot of work to be done, and I wasn't getting paid. But it would have been easy, to just throw something together, move through it quickly, just give them something that they could use. But I didn't want to do that. So I pushed through and really pushed hard to put these interviews, multiple interviews that I had, and B-roll that I had together in a story that really spoke to their audience in a way that was really moving, and just told their story in just a much more in-depth and meaningful way because of the time and the thought that I put into it. And the director of the nonprofit, when he saw it, he wrote me back in an email just saying, this is a slam dunk. And so that was a really great affirmation to hear, just after all the time and effort that I put into making this video. So I'm a really strong communicator. I believe that clear communication is actually fundamental to good video production. And so building habits of clear communication in my life, I think is absolutely crucial to just being good at my job. For example, in every project that I work on, I work hard to walk with the client through the beginning stages of every project very, very carefully, very thoroughly, establishing the clearest possible communication. In many projects with tight deadlines, I have actually, begun production on them in very early stages of the project as I'm still walking with the client through the outline of the video, just through assets that they've given me, and even just coming up with assets myself, just to be able to wrap my head around the project, to see what the vision might look like for the end result of the video. And this has really helped to identify weak spots, missing areas of things that needed to be discussed with the client, to really fill out the message that they were trying to tell. And so this has been a really helpful process for me in all the videos that I create, is just moving through as much of production as I can in the earliest stages to establish the clearest possible vision for every video that I make. I'm very results oriented in my video production work. I'm always looking to create the highest possible quality video for the clients and the employers that I've worked with. For example, in one video in particular that I created in 2019 for a large electrical supply company, they were looking initially for a video, a very drone heavy video, to promote a new store opening in Midtown Atlanta. After sitting down with them and talking through their brand and their messaging, I discovered that a big part of who they were was actually that defined who they were was a wide product offering and really exceptional customer service. And as a result of this, they had a really loyal fan base. And so I suggested, in addition to the drone footage, why don't we also include interviews of the staff of this new store that's going to be opening and a lot of shots of your product. And this would just help you show this side of your brand that's really important. And they wholeheartedly agreed. And so the scope actually expanded from there, along with the budget for the video, to be a little bit more in line with something that really spoke to their brand. So that was an example of just looking for ways to drive results for their company. This video actually ended up, they loved it. It went from something that was going to be just a simple, something that might go on social media, to they put it on the homepage of their website, and it was there for several years, and helped not only to promote this new store opening, but to also promote their brand on their website as well. I am an overwhelmingly positive person. In fact, one of my favorite quotes is from the author of Robinson Crusoe. His name is Daniel Defoe. He says, "For every evil, there is a better good." And I really firmly believe that that's absolutely true. I have a positive outlook on everything that I do. And in negative situations, I always work to find the best possible solution to any problem that I might be facing or the challenge that might have brought about that negative situation. For example, one video that I made for a client, I sent in the initial draft of the video, and this client ended up being really unhappy with the work that I had done, and even asked for a refund on the partial invoice that he had paid to get the project started. But instead of reacting negatively, I worked with him to understand, what specifically he didn't like and how I could rework the video to be more in line with his expectations. And after doing some more work on the video and overhauling certain aspects and really giving it my all to make sure that this customer would be satisfied with the video that I created, I sent it back and he ended up loving it. And he totally rescinded his request for a refund and instead paid the entire invoice. So that was just a really great experience, and showed me the benefits of just having a positive outlook and working from that positive outlook in different situations like that. So accountability is super important to me. It's always tough to give and receive feedback, but it has been essential to my growth as a person and as a professional. For example, I've worked on projects where I have forgotten to include important feedback that was requested. So in those situations, I didn't make any excuses. I just owned up to the fact that I just, forgot to include these things, and then just worked hard to make it right. From these situations, I actually have developed a system for myself of checking and rechecking and cross-referencing with feedback all the videos that I create, just to make sure that every piece of content that I send out is absolutely good to go and has all the feedback incorporated that it needs. So I love taking ownership of projects, whether that's leadership or creatively, or really in any kind of way where there's a gap that needs to be filled, stepping up and making sure that things happen when they need to happen is really important to me, because I know that a lot of times things just won't get done unless somebody just steps up to the plate. I mentioned this a little bit before, but I had a video shoot where my point of contact was a little bit unresponsive, to the point where I wasn't even really sure whether the video shoot was actually even going to happen. But I decided I had made certain commitments to the client and I needed to follow through on those. So I just stepped up to the plate, went to the location, introduced myself to the people that I needed to introduce myself to, got set up as best as I could. Fortunately, my point of contact did eventually show up to the shoot and was able to really, be that liaison between me and the client. But I was prepared to go all the way and just do what I needed to do to get the footage and the interviews that I needed to get in order to make this video happen for the client. So again, taking ownership is for me is all about just doing what needs to be done knowing, your role, but also knowing that, hey, a lot of this just kind of sometimes depends on, somebody just being there to get the job done. So being at a role-less company, again, this kind of goes back to taking ownership of projects, but that is something, that I am comfortable with. I do believe that for the sake of efficiency and productivity, it's really important that everybody does have a pretty clearly defined responsibilities. But, I think a role-less company allows people maybe that sort of mindset that, hey, there's freedom. If you see something that needs to be done, go ahead and step to the plate and do it to the best of your ability. And so I appreciate that. It's definitely something that I try to apply in the projects that I work on. I really see myself being able to fit in with a culture that operates that way. Again, Ashley and team, thanks so much for considering my application. Really looking forward to hearing from you guys. Being able to be a part of Speak Your Way to Cash and help entrepreneurs, build successful businesses and find paths to success financially that they maybe not have thought about, and really just helping them with their mindset and just being there to support and encourage entrepreneurs on their journey to building successful businesses. Definitely sounds like something that I could really get behind, and I can really see myself being able to create content for y'all that helps you in that mission. So looking forward to hearing from you. All the best, and thanks so much.